Now, the position of the woman was very good during the early Vedic period, but yes, there are also evidences that the society was patriarchal in nature. Patriarchal in nature means the woman used to get married and used to go at her husband's house. So that is patriarchal nature of the society. Okay, so this patriarchal nature of the society also desired the male child to be born. Okay, and if the male child was born, it was considered as a prestigious occasion. Okay, and that is why we see that of course woman was given a respectable position in the society, but still we will see some sorts of the discrimination which was very silent level. Okay, now there were also some of the female scholars like Ghosha, Vishwara and Apala, okay, who debated in the courts, okay, either through poetic form or either through open debates. Okay, so this female scholars who were participating in the kingdom's court, okay, they were being asked by UPSC examination during the recent years. Okay, so we find woman participation over here. Okay, now they attended the assemblies also and they performed the sacrifices also. Now as we are moving through the era that is totally having the hereditary positions, okay, so here the sacrifices would be of a great status. Okay, after that, no purdah system was being found during this period. Dowry and bride price were recognized. Okay, so there are evidences of dowries, there are evidences of the bride price. Okay, now the polygamy was practiced, that is one person might be having n number of wives, and the widow remarriage was also permitted during this time. Okay, so at some sort we'll see the equality also, and at some sort we'll see inequality also. Okay, so these are some of the major highlights with respect to the position of the woman. Okay, so in the next session we would be discussing about the latter Vedic period. Okay, so latter Vedic period we'll see what kind of developments we saw in the agriculture, in the society and the economic life of the person, okay, of the man. Okay, so let us quick revise it. So the Rig Vedic period is divided into two periods, the early Vedic period and the later Vedic period. And the early Vedic period majorly was known due to the invasion of the Aryans from the northwestern region. Now there are n number of theories which talks about the Indo-Aryan invasion. The first is Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak, who says that the Aryans came from the Arctic region, okay, with the help of astronomical calculations. Okay, the second theory talks about that the Aryans came from the Turkey region, that is through the Bogaskoi inscription. Okay, and some theories talks about the Balkh region, that is the Afghanistan region, that is from the Hindu Kush range. Okay, after that there are also some of the evidences with the Nazi military policies, where we come to know that the Aryans were similar to their kind. Okay, and our Indian people say that they were majorly from the Indian subcontinent, natively from the Indian subcontinent only, because they majorly talked the Sanskrit language. They wrote the Sanskrit language, and that is why this Sanskrit language was much more similar to Indian subcontinent, and that is why they were the native people from the Indian subcontinent only. Okay, and that is why they also term sometimes Indian subcontinent as the Aryavrat. Okay, so these are the names of the rivers. Okay, this region was also previously known as the Sapta Sindhu region, the region of the 7 rivers. Okay, and the rivers name are Sindhu, Vatista, Aksini, Purusani, okay, Sutudri, Saraswati, Gomati, okay, Kurum, Kubha. Okay, so all of these rivers were known as the Sapta Sindhu rivers. Okay, now there was a 10 Kings War, 10 Rajan War, which was fought on the river Parusuni, okay, which is today's present Ravi River. Okay, Ravi River is quite historic, right? So if we remember, Jawaharlal Nehru had hoisted the first Indian flag on the basin of the Ravi river only, okay, during 1938-39, okay, before the independence. And here the Tain Rajan war was also been fought on the Ravi basin, okay. So it is quite historic river, okay. Now the family head, the family was majorly headed by the male person only, and he was known as the Kulapa, okay. Kul means a family, and the one who is heading the family is known as the Kulapa, okay. So the families were majorly of the patriarchal nature. They were the joint families where the woman had the respectable position in the society as well as family, okay. So we have discussed that how the clan system used to work through villages, through vishas, and through the Rajans, okay. After that, we have also seen the different kind of occupations and the political structure which used to be followed during the early Vedic age. We have also seen that the Aryans or the Rig Vedic people majorly visited or worshipped the natural gods like Indra, Varun, Surya, Vayu, and Varuna. Okay, and slavery system was still prevalent. After that, we had also seen some of the key terminologies like Madhyamasi, Bhagaduga, Sangrahitri, Sut, Palagala, and Akshvapa. After that, we have also seen what is the difference between the Sabha and the Samiti, and why this Sabha and Samiti was considered as a twin daughters of Prajapati. Okay. Now the economy was purely a rural economy, pastoral economy, where the animal husbandry was also being carried out, and secondly agriculture was also carried out. So they knew the irrigation system. After that, they also knew the domestication. Cow and the horses were significant cattle that were considered during the early Vedic period. Cotton weaving and the wool weaving was the major activity that was being carried out in the industries. After that, the carpeting was also being carried out, and third, that they were technically equipped. Okay, the trades were in the barter system. Position of the woman was quite good, but yes, there were also some of the evidences which tell us about some of the discriminative activities, okay, with respect to dowry and all. Okay, so we end here for the early Vedic period. In next session, we would be starting with the later Vedic period. Thank you.